What's up, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of the Sit Down. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button and let me know what you think of tonight's discussion in the comment section below. If you're new around here, you just haven't done it yet, or living on a rock and seeing this video for the first time, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button below now so you never miss another sit down video. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into my live show here. It is Memorial Day. We are finishing up Memorial Day. I hope all of you had a great Memorial Day weekend and a very relaxing Memorial Day. Let's not forget what Memorial Day is to all of the men and women that have fought for our freedom, quite frankly. We thank you for that. If we have members of the military in the chat, feel free to say hello and let us know what branch you served, where you served. I think there are, the military are you watch films and all that kind of stuff, but just amazing bravery, man. What can you really say to all of those people that we've lost that have fought for our freedom? What do you say? Just an undying sacrifice, and we thank you for that. So happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Before we get into tonight's show, I'm going to talk about the fire, or what calling it a fire was is a bit of a stretch. The incident that happened the other night at the under construction building of the new cheesesteak shop for Joey. We don't exactly know what the name will be of this place, but I want to delve into this, and I want to show you a little bit about where this is, what I've heard has happened. Look, we've heard a lot of rumors swirling. It's a war that's starting. It's New York. It's all this stuff, and I think what we'll learn in all this is it's a big nothing burger, if we're being honest. I will make this clear. I've talked to the people as close as it gets to this situation. I try to get as good as information as I have. We've obviously let it happen for a couple of days. A lot of people have commented on this. There's been videos from seemingly every creator in this genre. It's a big story. But as I've said, I think I'm really the only person that will say what I think is true. It's a big nothing burger, but it is Joey Merlino, and it's a story. Before we do get into that, though, I really this is the first time I've been live for a while, a few days. I don't quite know how to say this. Is it me apologizing? No. I think it's really me just sending a message out to my supportive people that we have on this channel. I can't exactly say I've been totally proud of some of my behavior recently on here. I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. And this is not an apology to any creators. I said what I said, and I have no issue with it. It's really just the people that I know enjoy this channel. And we've had a little bit of nonsense on here recently, and some of the things I do, I'm not proud of. I'll just say it. But all I can do is move forward. I talked for a long time to people like RJ. I kind of told myself, I'm not going to do lives anymore. I don't like how I've been portrayed in them. I think I'm portraying myself in a way that, I think everything I do now, I think of my dad. I know my dad wouldn't be very happy with that. But it's hard because I'm also a proud guy and I want to defend myself too. But, I just don't want to. I don't want to necessarily put that out there to the world anymore. And, these lives are, I think they're fun, but I also have to maintain and be a certain professional, and I don't think I've been that recently. I will announce you're probably seeing it now. Mustache Pete is our new moderator here in the chat. I think it's going to help a little bit. Pete is a good guy. I kind of hit him up and I said, listen, man, I don't have moderators, but I think we kind of need one in here at this point. So, I'm not telling you can't say what you want. I'm not gonna just block you because I don't agree with you. But if you're kind of out of line or out of control, don't be mad at him. He's been given his orders, but he doesn't have orders. He's his own man. But let's get into the topic at hand tonight. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I really appreciate you all joining me here. 436 people already here, 5 minutes in. Shout out to all of you. A couple of friends in the chat here. Shout out to everybody. We don't have time to shout out everybody, but we'll make your comments known here as we go on. If you'd like to donate to our show, we greatly appreciate it. Feel free to hit that super chat icon. Super chat is the little $sign in the bottom of the chat. Feel free to hit that and donate if you'd like to support us further. You can also cash at me, which I have dropped in the chat. If you think someone might enjoy this show, make sure you tell them about it. Check out my latest video. It is on Peter Tuccio. I think you'll enjoy that one. We got a really good response on that video, which I was proud of. So these videos it's not as easy to get views anymore in this genre. It used to be you could roll the ball out and get 50,000 views on a video. It's not easy anymore. But you know what? We're still really proud of what we've done here. And I know there's a lot of people that are unhappy. They make some crazy comments about me, but it is what it is. All right, let's get into this. So Thursday night, it was Wednesday night. Wednesday night, there was a report from a passerby at around 2:00 in the morning. I guess it is Thursday morning, actually. It was Wednesday going into Thursday. There was a report of sparks, from what I understand, from someone that went down there. And the fire department was called. The police responded. The fire responded. ATF responded. All sorts of people responded. And it's been put out there recently that this happened twice. From what I understand, I don't know where 2 times is coming from. I've never heard about that. I don't know where the first time ever happened. Don't you think if it would have happened, it would have been reported? It was never reported. But from what I understand, there were 2 devices found inside the building, essentially rolled in. A lot of people are commenting, and I want to show you guys this building because I made sure I included it here. So I'm going to give you 2 views of this building, and then I'm going to show you the street view. So this is the building at its kind of operation. It was called Ace of Steaks. Before Ace of Steaks, it was called Talk of the Town. And it was actually a great place. When I lived in South Philadelphia, I lived about 3 blocks from this place. I used to go to Talk of the Town all the time. It was one of my favorite cheesesteak spots. There's a guy, Billy, that owned it. And it was a place where a lot of athletes would come in. If you went in there in the little lobby where the 4 logos are, there were photos back when it was Talk of the Town. There were all sorts of photos of, Eagles and Sixers and guys that would come in there. It was a great place. Ace of Steaks, I was there as well. Good place. This is what it looks like today, right? Essentially after its operation. So that front little seating area there facing the street, from what I understand and from what I was told, from someone directly involved in the construction of this building, when it was purchased, one of the windows was already blown out. Okay, it was already open. From what I understand, these cans were essentially rolled into this place. Nothing blew, nothing went crazy. There was no fire. According to someone that was there was not one speck of fire burn anywhere. Okay, so we'll call it a fire. It wasn't a fire, though. It was more of a incident, I think we should say. Again, though, due to the fact of who it is, this is a huge story. So the major question is, what exactly happened here? And there have been people that will laugh at what I think it is. But what I think it is a Nothingburger. I think this is probably some unhappy person in some way with Joey Merlino at some point. Maybe it's someone from years ago that maybe he patched and didn't pay, or maybe some dude that was spurned by him at some point. There are a lot of people that are saying, "Well, this is a warning, not to open this place." First of all, guys, whoever did this was not a criminal. Okay, I mean, they didn't do anything. Nothing. They didn't do anything. This place is under construction. In fact, this seating area, from what I understand, won't even be here when it's all said and done. It's not going to even be here. So what I want to do before we go into some of the rumors swirling, I want to show you a street view of this and where it is and how it really kind of complicates this process, because if this was essentially any other block in Philadelphia, there would have been cameras. So someone knew that there were no cameras here. And understand, now there are. The individuals that are under construction and putting this building up, they've installed cameras, and now it's all boarded up. So there's nothing that's going to happen. But again, if you wanted to burn this thing down, you would have threw something on the roof. This was a really shoddy, like whoever did this, it was like super cheap and very like low level. Now, again, is it a cheesesteak spot? Of course, probably not. I mean, it's probably not some cheesesteak wars or something, of course. But there are also people saying that this is, a start of the war. We'll get into that. Let me present to you my street view here, because I think it's important to realize where this is. So this is the 2900 block of South Carlisle Street. This is Pollock Street right here. Okay. If you look right here, did I share my screen? Okay, there we go. If you see here that big wall, that is that's I 76. Okay. There is nothing past that. This is the end of the road here. So see if we go down here. Look, Schuylkill. Kind of interesting, right? So let's go back to where we were. So this is Pollock Street. This Citgo is no longer in operation. This gas station is just essentially sitting there. This is Broad Street, obviously. Notice the Walt Whitman Bridge, very easy, accessible. If you look around here, it's pretty open, right? Stadiums are going to be continued down. So notice where this happened. Okay, this is a very weird block. This does not have a camera on it, weirdly enough, this pole camera here. But this is the location. There's not much here. Obviously, the expressway is right here. Packer Avenue is right there, but there's nothing here. So to get down here, you gotta. I mean, it's decently far from like Argan Avenue, and it's open. There's nothing here. This business is not here. Sitco's not here anymore, and this business is, basically shuttered. There's nothing in front of it. There's there's nothing. So it's kind of a weird location. Now, if we keep going down here, we will run into Packer Avenue. This is Packer Avenue. And if you make a right here on Packer, approaching Packer, what's going on here? Chicky and Pete's will be down here to the right if you make a right up here. So let's go back up. And then if we keep going north, you're obviously going to run into Bigler Street. And then eventually Argan Avenue. Now, I'll show you guys real quick. If we keep going up Broad Street here, this is where the Columbus statue is right here. This is Marconi Park right here. If we keep going north, bear with me here, we're going to run into Argan Avenue. Here's the subway station, Argan Avenue. I want to show you guys. This is my old block. So I was very close. I used to live on this block right here, South Watt Street. I'll show you guys my exact house, actually. I used to live right here, 2650 South Watt Street. I used to live right up this street. So I was very close to this location. And this here, this is a bocce court. This is the subway station, Pop's Water Ice. So this is all very close. I was all very close to this. But we can see how far that is from the actual kind of Argan Avenue. It's way down. No cameras, no homes really within 100 or 200 feet of it. If you walk by there at night, I mean, it's a pretty barren spot. So what do I ultimately think happened here? Here's one thing I'll say. It's no one in New York. Okay, we've talked about that. That is asinine. Okay, at least to me. New York has their own issues. Okay, they have to worry about all that. It ain't that. If you wanted to give this guy a warning, you're not gonna send someone down there to like roll canisters into a building and nothing happens. Like it's that I rule that out. Um, if you'd ask me what it is, I think it's some sort of like person that probably was spurned by Joey years ago. Maybe he didn't pay or something. Um, we have to realize Joey doesn't live in Philadelphia. Okay. His mother and father no longer around. Okay. It's not like his family are there outside of like extended family. You, it's not like you could do something to his house. He doesn't live there. He's been toting his business. It's a way for him to make money. Maybe someone got annoyed by it and they wanted to do something here. Could it be the feds? Who the hell knows? I think one thing it will do is it creates an investigation into something now. As far as the state of the Philly mob and this being someone in the family, who would it be? I will say on record, I'm about to do a video to be out in the next 2 weeks. I'm going through every family in America and what their current state is and how many actually families are there left in America. I think you can make a very, very strong case that we can't even call Philly a family anymore. Okay, it's just there isn't much there. I mean, some of the people that are very high up or allegedly higher up are in prison. You know, Legambi is retired. Who would do something like this? I think it just doesn't make any sense. What? And I heard I'm trying to. I think it was FBS was talking about, it, and he made a really good point. Like, what are you fighting over? What? Like, what would you fight over? There is nothing. All these guys are doing what they can, and I've talked about this. They're doing what they can to stay out of prison, keep being around their family, make some money through some legit businesses that they have. If they do go to jail, hopefully it's a short sentence, and it is what it is. Doc K, $5. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Happy Memorial Day to all the served. Exactly. I agree with you on that. Thank you so much, brother. Um, as far as like the whole insurance thing, that's ridiculous. They don't even own the building. That's another thing we need to understand. This building is not owned by Joey Merlino. It is not owned by the investor. Okay. I know the investor. He doesn't own the building. Okay. This is owned by the same person since 2015. It's been under the same person's control for nearly 10 years. Okay. What the hell would they get out of it? First of all, it's under investigation anyway. So let's rule that out too. Albert Barbieri, here's what's important for the next 364 days of the year. Please take down your U.S. American flag if it's damaged in any way until you replace it with a new one. Thank you. Here's what's important. If it's damaged in any way, well, fair enough. I don't know. I don't know what brought that on. I think you should always have a crisp American flag. That makes total sense. Thank you for watching, Jay. What's up, Tony G? Shout out to you, my man. Appreciate you. Jeff, do you think it's rivals within the Philly mob? Who? I'll ask who? Who would do this? Why would they do it? I think there's one thing we know about Joey, okay? There are going to be a lot of people that will tell you that people don't like him that I know of. I mean, I heard some people say it was certain people. I mean, what basis do you have? And everyone can have whatever opinion they want. This isn't to anyone in particular. I'm just going through all the different scenarios. I think it's very interesting. But do I think there's going to be a war developing? No. What over what? The guy, I'll tell you right now, Cheesesteak Shop's going to do really well. I'll tell you right now, it's going to do really well. Talk of the Town did super well, So I don't know why this wouldn't. Let's go through what some of you folks think. Who do you guys think did this? What was the reason for this? So I think in the end, what happened here, I don't think we really know, and I don't think we ever will know. One thing I do know, though, is according to Joey Merlino and Joe Perry, they would tell me that they're going to comment on this tomorrow, tomorrow sometime. Um, and I'd urge you to check it out. Um, I think they're going to say exactly what I think. I think it was some lunatic. Maybe there's someone that's unhappy with the way Joey talks. Joey's mentioned he's going to do a Trump rally or attempt to do a Trump rally. Maybe that pissed somebody off. All I know is it wasn't a criminal that did this. I don't think there's any way. This was a really shoddy attempt at doing anything because they didn't even do anything. But one thing that will happen here is the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms are going to start delving into this. What's up, Danny F? Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We've got 762 people in here. I appreciate all of you. If you're enjoying what we're doing, make your presence felt in the chat. I'm way behind, and I'll get to all of you here. Feel free to drop your comments. If you'd like to donate to our channel, feel free to do so. It's helpful anytime people donate. Thank you so much. What's up, Justin Mason? Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, Mustache is a good guy. Good guy. Yeah, it's about time. I mean, we've never had a mod. I'm not gonna have 50 mods, but we'll get one guy, and I like Pete. He's a good man. Chris Perry, and by the way, RJ's always been a moderator. I just don't know when he's here. He's not always able to watch the show. What's up, Chris? All right, let's get down here to go through some of your thoughts on this whole thing. This is actually a very good comment. The older we get, the more we realize how far short and do our best to get better every day and every minute. Yeah, and I've surely recognized that. I know that there are going to be people that, they just think of me for who I am, but I don't know. I guess I'm very passionate about this stuff, and people say stuff, it sets me off, and I don't mean to attack. And I will always say I never attacked anybody that didn't deserve it, in my opinion. So when they say, "Oh, Jeff goes after all the supporters," I don't. I go after the people that come after me. And it's really just because I don't know. I guess I get emboldened. People like it, but it's also not how I want to be. Thanks, Mix. Hey, Mike DeBella, shout out to you, my man. $20. Thanks, Mike DeBella. I appreciate you. You're a good man. You're always here supporting us. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. There we go. Great. Thank you, JC. JC says, for the record, I can verify Gene was in Florida Wednesday night. Yes, a lot of people have mentioned Gene Borello. He didn't do this. He definitely didn't do this. And by the way, someone has said that they thought I did this. I did not do this either. That said, I actually can verify where I am because I have cameras in my house, and that can verify that I was at home. And again, yeah, I could verify I was at home. Hey, listen, everybody's free to do what they want to do, that as far as I know, that's I think there were attempt Molotovs, but a Molotov cocktail is what I don't understand is how can you identify it to be a Molotov cocktail? A Molotov cocktail you light, there's a wick and you light it, or there's like a rag that you light. There's literally no way to not ignite it. From what I've heard, it was a canister that was rolled in. And like some sparks developed, but that was it. A Molotov cocktail you light and throw, and it breaks. Like you've seen a Bronx Tale. Remember, they threw them into the building and they all exploded. The only one that didn't, they rolled in. But it was, I guess the fire died out because nothing happened. All right. The thing is, I don't think we'll ever know what happened here. I don't. Rob D, what's going on, Rob D? But I sure as hell would love to know what happened here. Yeah, it's not an operational camera. There's no cameras there anymore. The gas station's not there. It's no longer in existence. Please include the camera in the building. And remember, that doesn't face where we're talking about here. Let me go back to this here. Hang on 1 second here. Let me present this to you guys one more time. So again, gas station no longer here. Okay, but let's say it is here. The camera, if there's cameras over here, they wouldn't face, like, let's say where this Continental sign is, where this could have happened, or in front where this could have happened. And let's just say there were cameras. I mean, no one would be stupid enough to walk up to this with their face showing. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would kind of a lost cause anyway. I think it would help, but it wouldn't do much. There you go. Window on the front was boarded up for months. Walk past all the time. There you go. Yeah, again, the gas station. Listen, Nicosia, we have people that are there. Okay, I used to live in that neighborhood. The gas station is not there anymore. Okay? Nothing is there. They don't have cameras, and even if they did, what would that matter? I mean, it doesn't face where they're talking about, and if it did, it would be very difficult to make it out anyway. Simple vandalism, very possible, very possible. Yeah, to me, it just seems like kind of a nothing burger. A big thing here. Big thing about nothing. Whoever did this was a 2-bit at best. Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know if they were that. I would say more of a 1-bit. That's the thing. That is a good point. It is, I'm essentially underneath an expressway. This could have been bad. Like, if it went up in flames, it could have been really bad. Now, I just got a text. From what I understand, and according to the source, there's a new gas station that will be there within a week or two. Okay. But again, over the last couple of months, there's been nothing there. And I remember driving by, there's been nothing there. What's up, Tommy? Yeah, it usually is. It usually is. Bitter, disgruntled person. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's not Gene. Hotbox is some random internet troll, probably. Would it surprise anybody? Would it surprise anybody? No. Tommy First Avenue, $10. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you for supporting our channel, man. I appreciate you, man. These are kids, nothing else. Here's what I'll say. It could have been, hey, here's $100. Go take these down, throw them into that business down there. A junk box would do it for $50, $25. You know, I think we're living in fantasy land when we say it was a war or like New York or something. Again, who would do that? I don't want to drop names because there's no need for that. It's just crazy. What's up, Jared O'Neill? Maybe he was an angry vegan. Yeah, possibly. We're making jokes. That's funny. Could have been. You know, maybe someone who doesn't like meat. You know, some sort of protester or something. No, I don't. No, I don't. All right, guys. Please with the Peter Tuccio stuff. Seriously, Peter Tuccio's in prison. All right. Oh, gas station isn't there. I retract my above comment. Yeah, no, for sure. If the gas station was there, then it would have been something maybe. By the way, if you're going to do this, why not wait till it opens? You know, it's like, wow, cool. Like, and let's just say this did have some decent success. It's like, well, oh, cool. Like you took out a part of a building that we're going to just get rid of anyway. Like, cool. Like, what a weak attempt at like. Look, if this absolutely was like a family or something, it's like holy hell. What a this mob is stuff is really done. Like if this was the OC doing it, this really isn't a story. Well, it is because it's Joey Merlino, and Joey is you know Joey sells papers, as they say. It's right by the stadium complex. Yeah, it's just north, just north. It's a few blocks north. It's right near Packer Avenue. If you know where Chicken Pizza is down in the little shopping center there, this is a stone's throw away. Um, kind of seems like a message. A message of what? Hey, don't open, but no one knows who it was. Like a message would have been, you know, it wouldn't be this. At least to me. Uh, again, Merlino doesn't own the building. I don't believe that you can file anything if you don't own a building. Thank you, Jay. That's very nice of you. That's very nice of you. Was Michael Franzese preaching in any churches in the area? He was none too happy with that what Joey said about his dad. Well said. Good point. I'm gonna think that he's out though. We're only kidding, Michael. Place is an effing dump. Well, listen, I don't agree with that. This neighborhood's actually quite well off. To be fair, the homes in this neighborhood are quite pricey. So this is actually one of the more safer places in the city, for being honest. Um, and again, as far as crime's concerned, this is a part of Philadelphia that's not particularly crime ridden, right? I tell you what, I just got a good idea for some shows. What if I Google Street Viewed and just went around South Philly and like pointed out locations instead of driving down there? That'd be kind of a decent, fun show, wouldn't it? Maybe not. Maybe that's a dumb idea. In the next show, we're actually going to show everybody where Joe Perry lives. Just kidding, Joe. I ain't gonna do that. If and by the way, I think Joe's watching. Shout out to Joe Perry watching the show. Hey, War, what's going on? All right. I'm right around the corner, 13th and Moyamensing. Oh, really? Yeah, I live not far. We were neighbors practically. I used to get my haircut at King Cuts, right by you there. You're right by the bank there. Um, Broadway's over that way. Kalonzi's used to be over there. I know right where that is. Yeah, it's right. I mean, that's right. You were a neighbor, Jay Bart. You were a neighbor. Marconi, where the liberals ran out of South Philly. Yes, back during the protest. Yes, the only neighborhood in the city uh, that wasn't overtaken by protesters. Um, was it grease buildup? No, there was no. There's nothing operational in the building. Random kid or junkie, says Cameron. Yeah, it's surely possible. Uh, Jeff, whoever did this was a two-bit moron. Just use gas to the Molotov. Gas just burns. Need diesel mix with styrofoam for it to linger, from what I hear. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you're probably a little bit more wordy with the fire stuff than me, but don't forget the newsstand around the corner. Newsstand's not around the corner of this place. Newsstand is up on Broad Street. You're talking about, you mean where I used to live? Yes. Yeah, right on Broad and Oregon. Yep, 100%. It's been there forever. Peter Pan says you're the only one with a brain on these podcasts. Well, listen, I try. I definitely have a brain. I know that. Oh, you're talking about that one. Yeah, I don't believe he does anymore. You're talking about Nita's. That's down on Packer. That's right by Chicky and Pete's. Okay, you're talking about that newsstand. Yeah, that used to be there. It's in the parking lot of Chickies and where Celebri's is and Pastificio, 100%. Baby D, what's up, Baby D? Shout out to you. What's up, P? What's going on? I will take a Philly to go green, peppers and onions. Fair enough. I don't know if they'll be serving that there, but when it opens, I'm sure you can get one. Chang doesn't own the newsstand. No, he doesn't anymore. Not that I know. By the way, he didn't own it either. I believe it was his wife. All right. Jeff, love the show. Much love from Chicago. Appreciate that, Lawrence. Lawrence Manson. What's going on, Lawrence? Thank you, brother. Welcome in. I said earlier, I highly doubt Merlino put even a penny into this. No, he didn't. This is strictly going to be something that is a partner driven business that I think is going to be really successful. And again, in this area, okay, in this tri state, South Jersey, Philadelphia, Delaware, cheesesteaks is a good business. Okay. It just is. It's simple, it's easy. This kind of food's easy to make. In Philadelphia, getting good bread is very simple. Obviously, Joey has a connection to Karangi's. This is a really good idea. Okay. And it will sell. They'll be open 24 hours. There are very few businesses as far as cheesesteak spots in Philadelphia that are open 24 hours. It's going to work well. And Joey having his name on it is going to do well. It just will. But yeah, is he putting any money into this? No. I can guarantee he's not. R. Stacy, love your show. You make this genre interesting. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. I'm sure trying. If you have a comment on this, feel free to drop it. We'll definitely try to get to it. If you'd like to support our channel further, please hit that super chat icon. We have 770 people watching. Shout out to all of you. I'm way behind in the comments, but I promise I will try to get to all of you. What else do we have here? What's up, John? How you doing? Unique Massive says, was it the Vipers? What with the Vipers? By the way, on TikTok, there's a big phenomenon going around with that conversation between Christopher and Tony. Whoa, take it easy. There's guys that are remaking that. It's very funny. That's a funny scene. Funny scene. A war over what? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What are we fighting for? Like what the Philly mob is on its last legs. There's just not much going on. I don't know how we can kind of make that clear. Talk of the Town was top notch. I agree. I love Talk of the Town. It was my favorite place always. Like if you'd asked me back then what was the best cheesesteak spot in Philadelphia, I would have said Talk of the Town. They used to have boardwalk fries, the ones you get down on the boardwalk in the shore with the steak. Oh my god, I used to go there once a week. Man, I've talked before. I miss those days a ton. This, you would have to go down and pick it up. This was, DoorDash really wasn't a thing back then. Nice. Man, I love talking to those were the days, man. I've talked about that on this channel. Living down there, it's always action. It's always something going on. You never wanted to miss something. I wanted to live there for many years. I've talked about that. I wanted to, buy a row home, and that's where I wanted my life to be. I always have said that. I think I'm happy ultimately what happened, but I miss it down there for sure. I don't go down too much anymore. ML, what's up, Jeff? Didn't get the notification. Glad I didn't miss your episode. Well, thank you for watching, bro. Appreciate it. I agree. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. As far as other creators, you'd have to ask them. I don't know what they're up to with all this. I definitely want to try one of these sandwiches when they open. Well, I'm sure plenty of people will. And I'm sure this helped their Patreon. I'm sure they got more people. That's just that's the sure proof of it. They got a lot of good promotion from this. Mike DeBella, $20, whatever it is definitely good publicity. Absolutely. What I just said, absolutely. 100% right. Thank you, Mike DeBella, for the $20. It absolutely is. You have 6 ABC talking about it. You got NBC 10 talking about it. You got Fox 29 talking about it. By the way, Dave Stratweiser making this out to be like the atom bomb. It's like, settle down, Dave. By the way, guys, the whole this is the second time it happened. Let me ask you, don't you find it weird that you never heard about that? This happened once. It happened Wednesday night. 2 canisters. And I'd urge anyone, if you can show us proof that this happened twice, show it. Why did anyone talk about it? It's happened once. Hit the effing like. Yes, please. I won't even say effing. Just hit the effing like. I actually had a great weekend. Jojo, I'll tell you this, and I'm not going to say I'm proud of it. Okay, I'm not, but I'll just say it. I went out Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. It's Memorial Day. And I'll say this, when you're young, a very underrated night to go out is the Sunday before Memorial Day. And it was very fun. I had a great time. You're only young once. You're only young once. Brian Bunnell says, I just discovered your channel. Great content. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Welcome in, man. I hope you enjoy what we're doing here. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you being here. Drum Capella, what's going on, Drum? Did I do any grilling today? No, I did not. No, I did not. Basil, the truth of the matter is, it's just not the same without my dad. He was the grill guy. No, I didn't, sadly. It's just another day for me. Appreciate that, JoJo Christmas. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm sure there's plenty of people that aren't happy with him, And listen, I'll tell you this. I don't think he's going to tell you anything when they talk tomorrow, the live show they're going to do. I don't think they don't probably know anything either, But I think you're just trying to move on from it, It's a bizarre situation. What's up, Danny Santos? Nicosia Connection. Get gas for your car, not for improved incendiary devices. Yes. Thank you, Nicosia Connection. $20. I appreciate you, bro. You're a good man. It was you, Nadu. No, it was not me. It was not me. Promise. Exactly. I would not do that. Don't put that rumor out there. I don't want to be brought in for this. But a message for what? Hey, don't open your cheesesteak place or else. It's like, okay, we won't. We're going to go take our ball and go home. It's like, when you say the message thing, like what? I mean, I guess you're right in a way. It's like someone did this for a reason, but like, I think the one thing we've learned is like Joey marches to the beat of his own drum. Look, we may not agree. The people in the mob may not agree, but I don't think he cares. That's why like the whole like New York is going to shut down the podcast. It's like Scott wrote about this. Scott wrote an article that, and we read it on this show, that Phil Narducci was the person that was brokering this all. Really? Phil Narducci owns a restaurant. Why would he give a shit about this? Phil Narducci spent enough of his time in prison. He doesn't want to deal with this shit. It's like, why the hell would he care about Joe? Like, he's known Joey his whole life. Like, what would he do about it? Don Arbital, what's going on, Don? Right. And this would have been much worse for sure. Bachelor, she says, I think Scott Bernstein needs to provide his alibi. He may have needed some breaking. I think Scott was in Detroit. It died on the vine. Yes, it did. Literally. Hey, Jim, what do you not Jim, no offense. I'm not going to go too crazy, but Jim, they're not operational, brother. I'm trying to make that clear to you. This is not an operational thing. Larry Conti says the feds have already traced the vehicle used by getting security camera footage of area business en route to the steak place. There you go. That's what they would do. They're going to look up the street or something. But again, I still don't know that that would really do much. I guess, you know, listen, they have a lot more resources than most people. Um, but as far as can you place and get the license plate, who knows? And Larry, all due respect, can you tell us how you would know that? I'm curious. Not that I don't believe you. I'm just curious how you know that. Appreciate that. What's up, Vinny? Star Wars says whoever did this clearly didn't have the makings of a varsity athlete. Well, absolutely, absolutely. No, I'm no longer dropping the link. I'm not doing that anymore. I think we're good on that. We understand, Albert. Thank you. Albert says if you have a damaged flag, please get a new one. We got it. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm no longer dropping links unless we know who they are. We're not dropping links anymore. All right. Lemon Heart says, are you friends with the Merlino camp? It seems to give a good contact with Little Snuff. Yeah, I've known Joe for many years. I know a few people in that grouping. They're all good men. Your lives are great when you get so what when you get a little nuts. Yeah, but I don't want to do that forever. Appreciate that though. Leo, $10. As always, keep it the good content, Jeff. Much appreciated. Thank you, Leo. Leo Carrion. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you so much. Well, trying to wise up a little bit, Melinda Duncan. Thank you for loving Spicy Jeff. I appreciate that. Jeff, you said who did it in your last video? No, I didn't. My last video was like 7 minutes long. Very simple. We didn't know much about it. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, Stevie J. So why don't you tell us what happened? You seem like you know what's going on here. So why don't you tell us what happened? What do you mean it isn't rocket science? What's going on in the city? Are you saying that it's like criminals that did it just for no reason, or what? I'm confused. What's my favorite season of Sopranos? Probably two. Probably two. What are my thoughts on who the confidential Ravenite informant was? I've said before, Joe Watts. Joe Watts. Um, no, nothing's gonna come of it. Stang, what's up, Jeff? 16th and Jackson checking in. Rossetti's one of the best. Shout out to you, Stang. Appreciate you watching. Tony Silo, what's up, Tony Silo? Tony says, shaking my head, Jeff. I thought this was a burnt issue, you DV boy. Well, it's not burnt just yet, Tony. Still figuring it all out. Tony's a good guy. I like Tony. Funny guy for sure. Definitely had some funny moments in this genre over the years. What's up, Philip Anthony? Shout out to you. What's up, Charles? All right, what else do we have here? What comments do we have? Don Vito says seems like an inside job. Uh, Meaning what? Inside job how? Like you're saying that like they had something to do with it? What benefit? Why what would they do that for? Uh, for all the folks that want to keep talking about insurance, do you guys realize who is involved with this? there might not be a person like. Do you really think that Joey Merlino is that dumb to do that? Like, I think there's a lot you can say about Joey. Like, he's obviously is an interesting character, but there's one thing that I'll tell you: he's not dumb. He's a pretty smart guy. Yeah, it's that rule that. Glenn Apuzzo, what's up? Appreciate that, Mob True Crime. Thank you. Mob True Crime, you're always making waves in this genre. I'll give you that. Wow, look at this. Clint Wilson, $100. Clint Wilson coming through, showing love as always. One of the best men we have in here. Thank you so much, Clint Wilson. I always will. Everything for you, my man. Thank you so much, bro. You are so thoughtful. You've been very kind to this channel. It means so much to me. I'm glad that you recognize what we're doing here. Thank you so much, bro. Means more than you know. Hopefully someday we'll get to buy you dinner. I don't know if that will pay you back, but we appreciate it. Did I see Mike Tyson had a health issue? I did see that. I don't know much about it though. I hope Mike's all right. Um, all right. G Cali. What's up, G Cali? Thank you for being a member. I appreciate you, brother. Welcome in. All right. What happens now? Rebuild and reopen, escalation. I don't think anything happens. I think the construction continues and they look to open within the next couple of months. Luis Vasquez says, "Why do you say there's nothing much in Philly? Philly's a lot of money, rackets like loan sharking, gambling, and etc. Those guys aren't broke; they live very well." Well, that's just not true. I'm not in the terms that they don't live well, but listen, Lewis, I lived there. Okay, I still know many people there. There ain't much on the street, bro. Sorry. Most people are using FanDuel and that kind of thing. You can go right down a casino and wager now. I'm not saying that there's not money in it, but I'll tell you right now, I know, listen, I gamble. Okay. There are people that are not even connected to that world that run that stuff. What do you think? People are getting like shaken down to like, hey, you got to work with us. Like it doesn't work like that. As far as loan sharking, there ain't many people giving out loans anymore. It's just I think you have this thought in your mind that there's a lot of big business down here. There ain't much going or down there. There ain't much. There's not much piece of the pie left, brother. I know we want to always feel like the mob's always going to be around, and it will be. I mean, there's always going to be people doing stuff, but not at a huge level. It's just not, And listen, people aren't stupid. There's just no. If you borrow $10,000, I mean, what's going to happen if you don't pay? It's not like it used to be. You know. I think you're I think you have a little bit of a fantasy that it's like there's all this stuff. As far as not broke, yeah, they're not. They don't do okay, but it ain't like it used to be. I'll tell you that. I definitely don't have a hangover. That is untrue. I'm actually just tired. I really worked out hard today, so I'm just tired. Well, I'll tell you, Don Vito, I would strongly urge that you rectify what's going on with you and your dad, man. Take it for someone that doesn't have his dad anymore. You never really know what you had till it's gone. So I would urge you to call him. You know, call him right now. You only get one dad, man. G Cali, thank you, G Cali. You became a member and you contributed. Thank you, brother. $10. I appreciate your support, man. Mayweather Gotti too. For what? Did anybody watch the first one? Didn't go real well. Now, will it happen? Maybe, but it was supposed to happen, and it hasn't happened. It was supposed to happen in the Super Bowl. It didn't happen. AB $5 super sticker. Thank you, AB. Thank you for the support, man. Appreciate you showing love. Yes, it petered out. Absolutely. I have not had something to do with it. It was not me. I promise. Have I ever talked to Larry Mazza? No, I have not. He's one of the only people I have not talked to. Maybe it was. Maybe there's a certain guy. Maybe it was him. We're not going to point fingers. I don't think I said my favorite Sopranos. Actually, no, I have. It's Funhouse, season 2 finale. Am I going to Chicago? I might be going in a few weeks. We'll see. Like, am I moving there? I didn't. I don't currently have any plans to move there. No, you never know. Maybe someday. Leo, $5. Have you ever done anything with Larry? Oh, I answered that. No, I haven't. I like Larry. He's very interesting guy. I enjoyed his interview with Vlad. It's very good. Maybe someday I'd love to speak to him. Wow, Mike DeBella showing major love tonight. Mike DeBella, $50. Definitely a message. And the message is that there is no message. Yeah, don't disagree with you, bro. Don't disagree with you. You're very kind, Mike. Thank you so much, bro. Just cashed in on Boston sweep plus 320. It's over already? The game can't be over. Is it over? Okay, it is over. Yeah, I didn't know if the game was over. I guess we have been on for almost an hour now. Okay, there we go. Well, great league. Both series are going to be sweeps. You're not going to have basketball for 8 days. What a league. I mean, listen, good for you, bro. Not having Halliburton obviously hurt the Pacers, And listen, they blew it the other night, Saturday night. Yeah, he's a great guy, Clint Wilson. Very good man. No, I am, bro. I am. You explained it perfectly. I was just unsure what you meant. We got it, bro. Thank you so much, Albert. Thank you so much. Your cousin Vinny, $10. Thank you, Vinny. Says, I love your mob knowledge. I wish I knew 40% of the stuff you know. Keep informing us. Thanks. Appreciate that. I try. 1-6 for life. 1-6. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you. Josh McNellis, what's up? He did. I'm just not doing guests tonight. I'm trying to stay on task. Is the Philly mob more powerful than Chicago? If you want my opinion, I think Chicago and Detroit are quite compact, and they have what they have. Yeah, I would say. I don't think they are. No, but no one's really that powerful. I mean, the mob is the mob. But Detroit has people. They're strong. They have money. They don't make the news much. There's not many indictments or anything. So I would say Chicago is a little bit more powerful. But powerful how? I don't think anybody's particularly powerful. Mike DeBella's now just dropping money to ask other people questions. You gotta love it. Mike DeBella, the king. He says, Albert Barbieri, how's the car doing? You in Vegas now? Just asking people questions. Oh man. Listen, Albert, I don't want to be. I feel like I'm being like kind of like bullied. Like Albert, bro, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just trying to stay on task with what I'm talking about tonight. I thank you for watching. I don't know what more to say about this situation. Exactly, standing on business with Eric Foss. Well, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, that was a good show. I like talking about that stuff. Loan sharking has been dead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what you mean, Stevie. Maybe you should explain. You're welcome to it. I'll definitely read it. It wasn't random criminals. I'm trying to throw you a bone here. Right, but like Stevie, what do you how would you know? Are you did you do this? I mean, what are you trying to tell us? Is it you? How what bone are you throwing me? I'm not sure. I'm confused. Hey Joe, thanks, bro. It takes a big man to self-reflect on things you don't like. Love your content and cartel videos. Thank you, bro. Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, all you can do is attempt to change. You feel me? Yeah, please talk to your dad, man. I think it'll go a long way for you. Maybe Baby Bing did it. Who, AJ? Yeah, maybe it was him. How much you give him, Puss? A lot. Yeah, that's my favorite scene in the whole show. Wow, that's really cool. Shout out to your dad. May he rest in peace, man. Are we 100% sure Ron Previty is actually passed? Yeah, Ron Previty is definitely passed for sure. One thing I will say, and this is kind of off topic. Yevgeny Prigozhin, are we sure he's dead? Because I got to tell you, recently I saw a video of a guy of the Wagner Group in Chad in Africa, and there's a guy who looks really similar to Prigozhin. That's my conspiracy theory. Prigozhin is not dead. He's not dead. On a side note, rest in peace, Bill Walton. Yes, we'll talk about Bill Walton as a basketball player, a legend for sure. All right, Andy Anderson, shout out from Seattle. Uh, Jeff from Seattle. Shout out to Seattle, Andy Anderson. What up, Seattle? Shout out to Seattle. Before I came on tonight, I was watching a 60-minute episode of the FDNY on September 11th, and what a tearjerker that was. What a bunch of heroes. I mean, you talk about heroic people, man. You know, they interviewed one of the fire chiefs, and they asked him. They said, "Did anybody say they didn't want to go up?" He said, "No, everybody went in." And they played the video, the audio of one of the firefighters, this guy Oreo Palmer, 78th floor. He was one of the best firemen they had. Really in shape guy, ran marathons, and he's talking on the radio. You know, he's going up in because in the South Tower where he was, there was one working stairwell that didn't get affected, and he was a few floors away from saving people. And one thing I never knew this. The fire department didn't believe that the towers would collapse. Like no one thought that would happen. Yet, even when the South Tower collapsed, nobody left the North Tower. They just kept going up. You know, the selfless act that is. 343 firefighters passed away on September 11th. Think of that. You're young, you're 30 years old. You know, you got to go into that building. You got to go up. You got to go up. And again, nobody thought they would collapse. But man, it's selfless. Selfless. You know, that day is just what a just the selflessness of those people. You know, there's men and women that were firefighters and police, and I mean, it's crazy. Raul Farrow, $20. Thank you, Raul. Appreciate your support, man. I really appreciate you being here. Um, I, listen, man, I'm not denying anything. I'm just I don't like. I'm not. I'm not going to comment on this anymore. Thank you for letting us know. For anyone that missed it, Albert says if you have a damaged flag, please replace it. So I urge anyone to do that. You know you should do that for sure. Frank Nigro, what's up, Frank? All right, kind of an open forum at this point. Yeah, I know. I said that earlier. Thank you. Wait, what? TJ, I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the conspiracies. But yeah, I guess from what I understand, that's what happened. It just started bowing, and it went. Clear and what? I'm not sure what you mean. What's up, Wu Gambino? Shout out to you. We have a 911 memorial in my city made of twin tower girders. A lot of ex FDNY live here. My first aid instructor was an FDNY chief. Yeah, it's such a such a sad day, man. Really. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hey, what's up, Ali Shabar? Shout out to you, my man. Hope all is well. We had so many donators tonight. A lot of people in here, kicking around the tires on what happened here. I think in the end, what really happened at Joey Merlino's steak shop, I don't know. I don't think any of us know, and I don't think any of us will know. I think it's just a case of someone who, again, could be anything. One thing I do know is I don't think it was someone attempting to, you know, kind of start a war or something. Um, but I think it's a petered out story. Died on the vine, as they say. Appreciate that, Rolex and race cars. Thank you for watching. Loving the cartel stuff you're hitting with us. Yeah, thank you, man. I'm gonna do a couple of shows coming up. I got a new interview dropping tomorrow, which would be good. We're gonna work on the 2024 state of the mob. That'll be out soon. I'm gonna do a video on Boko Haram, which, again, I'm trying to go in some other directions, which I'm excited about. I want to talk about a man who even ISIS said was too extreme for what we do, and he was actually kicked out of using the ISIS flag. A guy that was the leader of Boko Haram, which is a very depraved group in Africa. We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. This guy he's called Abubakar Shekau, real lunatic of a guy. We don't talk enough about the conflicts that are going on around the globe right now, right? Myanmar, the Congo, um, and right now, Northeast Nigeria, Cameroon, Chad, Niger, they're in the grips of terrorists. Boko Haram, ISWAP, the Islamic State, West African province. I mean, it is really bad in Northeast Nigeria right now. It's a shame we don't talk about it because it doesn't benefit this country. We don't seem to care about those conflicts. Please hit the like button here. I'm watching from Philly in the Children's Hospital for my newborn. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, John. I wish you all the best with your little one. I hope he or she is okay. I'm sorry to hear that. There's nothing more sad than hearing that a little child is ill. I'm sorry to hear that. K-Nate says, I just joined. I'm a fire inspector. I'd love to read the investigator's report. Yeah, well, if you get across it, let me know. Stevie J says, my source could be wrong, but it's about the cheesesteaks from what I hear. Maybe. Maybe. Have you seen the American captured by the nation of Congo? Yes, I have heard about that. They attempted a coup. Yes, they do. Is it your son, John? I'm so sorry to hear that. If there's anything we can do, let us know. Wow, Raul Ferro showing love. Thank you, Raul. Good man right here. New friend of ours. Thank you, Raul. Shout out to you, bro. Don't want to go yet. I don't know if I want to go yet. I just want to hang out. What do you guys want to hang out and talk about? We're just hanging out. Mm, nothing better than some water, man. My son, who is 5 weeks old. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope he makes a recovery. I remember when I was a kid, one of my family members was in CHOP. Sucks. It's nothing worse than seeing little children sick. I hope and wish you all the best, John. You and your wife or your girl, whoever. Yeah, 100%. If you want to tell us, you don't have to. Do you mind telling us what's wrong with him exactly? Let's everybody pray for John tonight. That's really sad. I don't have children, but I could only imagine. And I think that's where I think when you really look at like when we talk about religion, you look at it and you say, well, if there's religion, why do little children get sick? It's like they're the ones that deserve it. No one deserves it, but it's like a little child. I wish him all the best, John. I really do. And if there's anything we can do for you, let us know. Um, what's up, Max? Thank you so much, Max. Max Overdrive. Thank you. I try. I try. Craig Gowlack, prayers to you, John. Yes. Yes, absolutely. If anybody needs to email me, I want to drop my email in the chat. I know sometimes people want to email. Here's my email if anybody needs me. Wow, Mike DeBella. Mike, you are showing love tonight. $50. You're a good dude, Jeff. I try to be. I try to be. I try to be a good guy. I know some people don't think I am, but I try to be. You're a good man, Mike. I'm gonna see you soon, bro. I here's what I'll say, Mike. I'll be in Vegas, God willing, within the next month. Within the next month. I'm shooting on playing one of the events in the World Series of Poker. So I just got to pick which one. I'm thinking about the Millionaire Maker. I think it's 1,500. So, $1 million to the winner. So I think I'm going to see you out there soon. I think Gene Barello did an interview with Adam 22. I wonder when it comes out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably soon, I would think. I don't think he recorded it yet, though. No, I'm not at Barstool. No. Nice. Well, let me know, Ali Shabar. I don't know. I try. I try. Bob Ward, what's up, Bob Ward? Northern California's in the building. Shout out to you, bro. Oh, really? I never knew there was a tournament like that. Interesting. Maybe I'll see you out there. I'll let you know when I'll be out there. Ian says, hello, Jeff from Toronto, Ontario. What's up, Ian? Look at that. Look at that avatar. Beautiful. What's up, David? That's good. I haven't really done anything. I made some phone calls. I was on the phone a bunch today. I got some things done and worked out. That's pretty much it. I haven't really done much. I was out late last night, so I got up pretty late, and now we start a new week. A short week, right? Tomorrow's already Tuesday. By the way, July 4th on a Thursday this year, kind of weird. I actually have a busy July. So my sister's getting married, so her engagement party's in July. I got my birthday, July 10th. Um, so a couple of things going on, which would be nice. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Dayton, Ohio, in the building? Shout out to Dayton. Thank you, Agostino. Appreciate that. Yeah, I will. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here tonight. We're pushing 11:30 here on the East Coast. I hope all of you have a good evening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, your Memorial Day. Edgardo Lugo, Bronx boy watching for the Philippines. What's up, Edgardo? Thank you for watching, my man. All the way in the Philippines, very far. Thank you, bro. Shout out to the Bronx. Get those X's up. Do I ever come to upstate New York? No, I don't. No, I don't. I can't say I do. I don't know that I ever will either. Um, Robert L., I think if it presented itself, I'd go anywhere for it, but I think the only way I'd ever come up to upstate New York is if like I had to go to like maybe I got a cool interview or something from like at like Auburn or one of the state prisons. That would be the only reason I'd go up there. Chad Marks lives in upstate New York. Maybe I'll go see him. I don't know. Wow, Raul Ferro. This guy's generous. Thank you, Raul. You're a good man, Raul. Shout out to you, bro. Really showing love to us tonight, man. You're a good man. I've never seen you here before. Make your presence felt. Thanks for showing love. What's up, Rodney? Yeah, he is. He is very generous. Look at this guy, Mike DeBella, man. Mike DeBella is showing love tonight. Mike, listen. I owe you when I see you, bro. And you know what? I'm not going to say what I was going to say. There's a certain person that you and I both know. I'm going to leave my comments about that person till I get off. Mike, you're a good man. Thanks, bro. My prayers go out to his son. Yeah, that is such a sad story, man. I hope John's son's all right. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll see you all soon. Like I said, new video will be out tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, or maybe 3. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it at 3. We'll see. It'll be another interview, so make sure you check that out. Yeah, we'll just keep the wheels turning here. And look, if something happens in this thing, we'll talk about it. But until then, we'll go from there. Everyone have a great night. Thank you for watching. Everybody that donated, shout out to you. I appreciate all of you. Everybody that hit the like button, showed love in the chat. Everybody, I appreciate all of you. And I'll talk to you all real soon. Later.